Hello traders. All right, how is everybody doing? Happy Friday. I hope you've all had a good week, all of those kind of things. Let's get a shout out in the chat from everyone so we can get started. Remember, hit that like button and yeah, we'll start going over some price action and talking about the charts and things. Nothing in particular planned for this evening, just a general chat, another little market update type of thing. I'll go over some of the trades that I've taken today because it's actually been really good, the trading from today. So I've had a lot of fun. And I've got my let me just sort this out. Click the wrong button. Hold on. I need to do it so I can actually see the chat. There we go. Cool, I can see everyone now. All right, Keshab. It's 3:15 a.m. your time. Wow, yeah, that is dedication. P's here. Deco. Brian, Liquid Runner, Off, Jacob, Andy P, Crypto Joe, Talby, Liquid. Oh, Liquid again. Yes, welcome everyone. So I'm trying something a little bit different again on this stream. So you should have the option now. We're trying it at like 4K because I noticed on some of the videos that I'd uploaded recently on the ExoChart stuff, the quality. Oh, that's the reason why the chat is all the way over here, because actually everything's scaled completely differently. Let me just move some of these things around. So I'm just trying this with a larger scale, but I hope it doesn't get laggy and everything. So please do let me know. I'm just trying the 4K stuff just to see if it's a bit smoother when we're streaming and everything. I mean, it might make things worse because sometimes I was a bit laggy just at like 1080p HD. So yeah, if you want to see me in super high definition, then this could be I'm hoping that everything is good my end and I've got it all set up correctly. But do let me know if there's any issues as usual. And yeah, apologies that you have to see me a bit more clearly. Maybe I need to get a haircut again and have a shave again, because I don't tend to do that. I tend to do it like every 4 weeks or something. I'll actually tidy myself up and then I look all like scruffy. The joys of working from home. It's great. Anyway, yes, welcome everyone else. So let's go over some of the stuff from today. So it's been really great, and it's been exactly, like literally exactly what we said it would do last night. Okay, just we had a green box here. I've removed that, but the green box was there. We were looking at this golden pocket, the 1-to-1 fair value gap that we've got down here, price to move down, do this kind of ABCD correction, and then move up into the red zone up here, which is the daily level, the naked point of control, and the weekly up above. So I have taken it's only 2160 resolution. Okay, it's recording in 3440, but I guess it's YouTube limitations. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, so we came into the support. I took a long from 40,150.5. So I had the long from 40,150.5. I then made my only mistake of the day, and it's just one of those things again. I did this last week, and it's been like, I think it's one of those symptoms of bear market conditioning, that closing early on longs is something that I think probably most of us may be not struggling with a little bit. I mean, profit is profit, okay? But you've got to understand that the behavior of the market today was very different to what we have seen basically over most of the last 2 weeks, okay? So you can see this kind of price action very different. You've got very kind of sharp moves up, low liquidity, sharp move down, low liquidity and things. Today was a bit more of a, I'm going to say it because it's being memed everywhere at the moment, but a bit of a TWAP kind of play with just the larger traders just gradually just buying in, buying in, buying in, buying in, buying in, and just chasing the books the whole way up, which is actually a much more natural kind of move and the kind of move that you want to have. Now, I fell into that a little bit of that conditioning of having the bearish knowing to take profit really quickly on longs, and I did do that, and I did take profit really quickly. And by the time we actually came up here to 40,900, I think it was. I can find my actual exit from this trade. So I entered at 40,150, but I exited around the daily open. I had to go out. I had to walk the dog. So I was like, I don't want to risk this retracing. I just want to take the profit, happy with the profit that's there, and move on to the next trade if that happened. But I mean, the plan was for this. Okay, we were talking about this in the trading room yesterday. Okay, we were saying price needs to come down. At this point, I was short off of the daily here. I closed out of my short as soon as we took the lows down here because, again, I was sleeping, so I wanted to make sure I had like very conservative kind of take profit levels, not expecting it to go down too far. Okay, so as soon as we took out those lows, I basically had some ladder orders just to close out the short. That's what happened. We came up here again, then I had the second opportunity. We were presented with that second opportunity to get into the long. Again, I was filled on this at limit, so really straightforward. This was being the plan. So my plan was to long 40,150. I put it 50 cents higher because front run, and obviously we did dip a little bit below that, but that was the plan for that. We had a really nice reaction off of that. I wasn't expecting it to be a big swing trade like we've had from today, so the eventual move from this was like 5.5%. That's a really big move for what we've been getting recently. And I was happy with just 2%. Like for my scalps, I'm like looking for 0.5 to 1%. So I was like, okay, cool, we're up 2%. I'm cool with that. This was leverage. I'm happy. I made really good profit, but I could have made a lot more. So that was the one mistake that I did make today. And I'll find my account in just a second and go over where it was that I closed out of this. Then, okay, we've come up to here, so I have also taken a short from here and taken profit quickly on this. So the short position was at just above 42k, I think. So just above 42, I took the short, and I have had my first take profit here. Okay, so as we came back down, we pulled back down just into this wick. I was just like, okay, that's a good little TP1 for this. So if I just go on, if you bear with me a second, I wonder if I can just screenshot my trades. Just because I think it's interesting to show, because although the plan went really, really well, today I didn't quite trade it as well as I could have done. I could have made a lot more profit from this, like loads more profit. But it's fine. It's trading. I still made good money. So happy days, happy days. Okay, that's that one. So yeah, the first one, yeah, long from 40,150.5, and then I ended up closing that 40,915. So if I just go add Brave on here, this is the first one that I took. So again, you can see the long position, 40,105, and then you can see closing out at market just when I had to go out then. And then the other trade that I have had that was the short is this one here. So there we go. So I just opened the short, had two limit orders up here, 42k and 42,091. So again, laddered orders within this area, and then I've just taken my profit on here. This isn't like closing short, this is just to take profit at the moment. But those are the two trades that I've got currently going, or those are the two main trades from today. So if I mark them out, yeah, again, that was from here and then closing just before, well, just after we took the daily open out, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm very happy with that as a move, and then short from here and taking profit just as we're coming down. So that just, again, hopefully gives a little bit of a explanation as to the trades I've taken and a bit into my kind of thought process with all of this. So yeah, I'm not going to come on here and pretend that I've done the entire 6% move. Although I planned to do the entire 6% move, I didn't actually take the entire 6% move up there. So it's one of those things. Let's have a look on here. So yeah, TWAPing. It's like, it's a bit of a meme. Okay, it's everyone's talking about, oh, big players are TWAPing and all of this kind of thing. It's a strategy that you can use, which you can basically say, I want to buy this asset I want to buy 1 Bitcoin every 10 minutes for the next 4 hours. And you can just do that. So you end up with price action that does this, just does this grind, okay? Because this is just being like constant market buying, constant market buying, constant market buying all the time, not allowing any retrace. And we had that again after the last big push up. So this was, I mean, you had it here, okay? So this kind of thing, like just grinding, and then it pops up. We had it last week. This one, okay, this is the really clear one, and this is the one that has basically turned it into a bit of a meme. Everyone now is talking about TWAPing. It's literally just a way that you can trade. It's, yeah, it is a thing. Like, I do use it myself, but it's not like the holy grail that everyone seems to think it is. It's just normal price action, right? So yeah, this is what I mean by just constant kind of buying coming up, and then the larger players just chasing the bid, and then you suddenly get that big move up, and then you go into a distribution afterwards, this being the big distribution, and then it runs back down again. So what we've seen again today is something very similar. Okay, so we're looking at that kind of curving up of price action. You have that pop up at the top to finally take us into resistance, and now we're seeing the retrace. Liquid, yeah, time weighted average price. So you're just buying the average price over a set period of time. Yeah, so it's something that it's a strategy that's used by a lot of bigger traders. All right, so what have we got in here? Looking at the chat. Yeah, Giggle. So I've just said about my short. So I am short. You've got a better entry than me on that short. So well done. My short is just above 42k. So that's a really nice short position you managed to get. Mine was after we took the highs. As we came back down, I took the short then. So as we came back down below the NPOC, so we can see here we've got the NPOC. This was the plan for me, was to take this out. Okay, so this is the naked point of control from the 9th of March. Once we had taken that out earlier, as soon as we came back down, then that is when I basically had some limit orders, and we chopped around here for a little bit. So that was the thinking behind that one, and that's the trade that I have taken. So didn't quite get in at the selling tail up here. I mean, no, I didn't get in the selling tail, but that's okay. And then having taken that short, it was at this point on this profile here that was where my first take profit was, and now I'm still looking for a little bit lower. So I'm building a short position again here. This is just basically the start of it. All right. What else do we have? Brian, does he post his trades live in the paid group? So I assume you're talking about me. Do I post my trades live? So I know Douglas has just said, like, answered this. Generally, no, this group is more about developing the skills. So yes, that's the case. So we are an educational community. Of course, there's no financial advice. We do not do signals. But if there is a move, and if I have traded something, you can be fairly certain that I will be commenting on it at that time. Okay, so I will always I will always say what trades I've taken. I will always kind of run through those trades. And a lot of the time we're doing this live as well. So we're doing it during the trading rooms and everything. And for pretty much every single plan, like for this one today, it's not a signal because I'm not giving it out as here's your signal long now. That's not what we do at all. I'm like, okay, I've taken a long, and I did explain it as we came down here. I can show on the Discord. I'll show the Discord in a minute where I took this and what was going on there. But this was planned in advance. This was planned 2 days in advance, and we were waiting for it. So we've done a lot of trading in between that, but these two being the main trades, and this one. Okay, so that trade, that, so long here, short here, long here, short here. Every single one of these trades since we had that big move up the other day has been planned in advance. We did a trading room, we identified the levels. I said I will long this, I will short this, and I do always stick to that unless I see something that is really goes against what I believe should be happening. So when we came up into here, I was like, cool, we're seeing some excess, it's a short, there's no reason for me to change my plan. When we came down here, that was a long, there's no reason to change my plan. So I do go over every one of these trades. That is something that you can just go, if you see green box, red box, I mean, that's signal enough. I can't remember the last time. Is there anyone, like maybe people from the crew can say, like when was the last time that a green box or a red box didn't work? Like on Bitcoin at least. Like I know some of the altcoins, because we don't trade that as often, the altcoins are a little bit more degen, a little bit. I mean, we've had the only alt trade that's failed this week has been Phantom, and I only took that trade last Friday because I was bored and because I'd had a few beers. So the only trade that's failed in the last week was a trade I'd taken during a live stream. So other than that, every single trade has been a winner. Every one of them, I think. I'm happy to be corrected on that. I'm not sure we've had a loss this week at all. I will have to check over that. I can go through again if anyone wants me to go through the Discord, if you want to have a look at some of these plans. So are there many people in here that would be useful if I just pop up the Discord and you can look at when it was that I was taking those trades? Then I can do that. I can just quickly flip through and show people. I've also done it on the Twitter. So if you go onto the Twitter, then all of this again is, I mean, there's a slight delay on the Twitter because obviously all the alpha is obviously for crew only. But look, here's the green box. Okay, that's the position. When we come down here, this was the plan. Okay, so green box here is exactly the same point. This being the one previously, so that was the previous green box, and we were waiting for price to come up here, the daily and the MPOC. What else do we have? If we go down further, this was the one that we had the day before. Okay, so the day before that we got that trade, and again that had been planned. So that was planned at this point. You can see if you go down here, local golden pocket and previous day value area, range point of control. Again, this is just going over the stuff. So yeah, these are all of the trades that we have planned out. There's a slight delay on the Twitter. Obviously, this is after a trade has played out, but I do post the results on there because because that's generally just what we do. Yeah, cool. I can quickly flick through the Discord again in just a second. I won't do it as like a long thing, but I'll quickly just go through. I'll see if I can find anything for myself. But I'll do that in like 10 minutes or something. I'll go back to just normal price action for a moment, just because I don't want to keep showing stuff that we're going through on the in the crew section, because that is for crew. So I don't want to give away too much. Liquid, yes, it's always paper money. Always paper money, of course. Where's the chat gone? I've just closed it. There it is. What do we have? What else are people saying? Luke FOMOing everyone, yeah. Did someone? I saw someone just a minute ago. Didn't they say? Oh, what's it gone? I just saw a comment in the chat, and I've lost it. I was gonna make a. There we go. Banzai ICP. Yeah, that was the big loss. That was the. I think the one major casualty we've had this year was ICP. That was the only thing that we made I was quite bullish on, and this was back in December, but that was before the entire crypto market rug pulled. So ICP was the one casualty we've had this year. Everything else has been, I mean, there's been small losing trades, of course, that's part of trading, but yeah, if that being the trade that people remember back in December, and that was the last loss that actually people in the crew can remember that we were talking about and planning, then I mean that's a pretty good win rate, right? I'm happy with that. Liquid, would love to hear about the alts you're accumulating. Yes, I'll go over some alts in a minute. Uh, LM, could you show us what do you look at for an entry, your execution process? Again, this is probably something that is like I go over this all the time with the crew. So during the trading rooms, we're finding the entries. That's the whole point of this. So the when I make a plan, I normally trade the plan. That's generally it. And every time we do a trading room, and that is like literally every day. So every single day we do a trading room, apart from Fridays. So Fridays is like a stream instead, and it's a bit more of a chill out kind of thing. But every other day we do a trading room. On a Friday, actually, French Bull does a stream, so he's doing his trading room and everything as well. But that's why we formulate the plans for the next moves, what we can see next. Um, I will pretty much always trade those. It's very rare, unless I see something significant, like unless I see something really impulsive and I don't want to trade it, I'll basically always take those trades. And that's why the two that I've taken today have been at limit, because I'm very, very confident they're going to work. I've done this for long enough that I just know. Like, I'm just that confident. It's like cocky, and I don't know. No, it's not cocky. Sometimes you can get a little bit overconfident on it, but it's played out like perfectly today. Although I didn't trade it perfectly, so human error in that. But the actual technical analysis and the planning and preparation has been, yeah, it couldn't really have been better this week. So I'm very happy, very very happy. Anyway, let's look back at the questions because I'm starting to do the stuff I don't really like doing. I'm just Brian again. Last two questions about the pay crew. Is there someone who can answer stupid stupid noob questions, like my TPO one? And do you offer payment plans for us married types? Got to answer to boss. I don't quite know what you mean by like got to answer to boss. What do you mean by like we do a monthly payment plan? If you go tauruscrypto.com, then all the information is there. So go visit tauruscrypto.com. And we do have, I mean, you can pay via crypto if you want to keep it low key and you don't want to be using a wifey's card or anything like that. We do PayPal payments as well. So if you've got your own PayPal account, you can keep it like low key. You don't really have, it doesn't have to go through your family finances, all of that kind of thing. Okay, of course, we offer no financial advice at all. That's not what we're about. But for the education, we do consider this to be like a college of trading, a school of trading. I guess that's probably allowed to be talking about it in that way. So yeah. So we do offer those kind of things. Again, if you want any more questions, just DM us on the Discord, join the Discord, and you can send us a message, and we'll be happy to talk you through and discuss whatever. Whatever. Okay. Uh, right. Luke, when using the sessions TPO chart, would you place more weight on the volume POCs or time POCs, like for example the New York and Asia sessions? So again, I always use the volume point of control. So that's how I have it set always. I will be aware of what the time POC is, but my perspective is that the volume point of control, you need it to show up on your chart because it's not always going to be obvious. So that's where I like to see my red line. That's where I like it to be given. With the time POC, okay, that's very clear. Yeah. So the time point of control is very clear. You can see that there's one profile extra. You know that that's the time point of control. On this, you know, again, this volume POC is not the time point of control because you've spent more time at profiles below there. Sometimes you get them lining up, but that's why I always set the volume POC as my actual point of control. And that's what I'm looking at. And the time POC is basically just set just from looking at it visually. So yeah, always always volume, always volume. However, I am aware of the time ones. And it's the same on the session. Okay, so if I am splitting it up session by session, I'm still using the volume point of control. Ah. Got to explain to the wife about a crypto pay group. Yeah. Just call it it's education, it's an investment. That's the thing for me. Like I've if you were to do like for us, like our job is to educate. Like we're not I wouldn't consider us like a paid group as such. Like it's obviously there is we're running this as a business now because that's just literally what it's become. So we are running it as a business now and that's what it's become, but it's not, I don't consider us to be a paid group. I don't consider us to be a signals group. I consider us to be a community. That it's like if you were to join a club and there's education and you're going to seminars and you're like at university or something like that. It's the educational side of things. I mean, if you were to, I don't know, take driving lessons or something, they're not free. I think it's like that kind of thing. I don't know how I consider it. It's weird. It's still a weird thing that we're doing this and we're getting like paid for it and it's a job. It's like it's amazing. It's kind of cool because I love teaching people and uh, I love talking about the markets and I love trading. So it's really cool. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about the business side of things. It's awkward for me. It's like man, people pay. It's crazy, but I'm happy. It makes me very happy that we actually provide enough value. Anyway, I need to have another beer. I've just started my first one and I'm kind of tired and I think it's showing again. I worked too hard. Uh, let's get back onto this. Let's have a look. So we had a question about trapped longs at the high. So we will have a look and see what we can find. So this is really cool. So what I'm going to show you here, we'll just do this very simply. So we're looking at a 30-minute time frame. Let's take this down onto the, let's take it down onto the 1 minute. Okay. So we'll start to have a look at the 1 minute time frame. We'll have a look up at the highs. We'll take this along a little bit here. And we will go in balance. And we will go delta ladder. I'm just setting up what I've already got on my chart, so it's not it's not very clear. Let's go bid ask. Not really. At least not on this contract. So no, we don't really have trap longs at the highs. Uh, there's a fairly good balance there for me. You've got heavy longs coming up here. If you look at your open interest, it's actually quite flat as we reach the top there. What is this? This would have given us surely like massive CVD. So it's here that you'd have the trap traders. Where are we here? I'm looking at this for the first time. I've just kind of set a chart that I'm. Nah, this isn't real. This is just we had this last night. This isn't anything I would pay attention to. Delta again. So you got a massive increase in delta there. If we do look on, yeah, it's not significant. This follows price. I think there's still a good chance we can take out these highs. I wouldn't say that this is looking like you've got a ton of trap longs up there. It's fairly balanced when you're coming up. What we can do is just look at this as a whole profile. I'm really screwing up this chart view. Hold on. Let me get rid of the text. Let's make that a bit clearer. Let's go delta profile and let's just look at the move itself. So if we're just taking into account, see, yeah, this is weird. There's one big buyer here and one big buyer here that's pushed price through. So I think this is probably planned. I think this is not a case of trapped traders. Now, of course, it's going to be different on other exchanges. Bybit isn't that liquid at the moment, especially this, the inverse contract, which is what we're looking at. But let's stick with it. And let's just look at... Nah, we're fine. Yeah, no, not trap traders up there. You've not really got imbalances. So the price action itself does signify a bit of a blow off top, but you're not getting people that are saying like, okay, cool, I'm longing the breakout, that kind of thing. At least not here. Yeah, it's really balanced up at the highs. I can open another beer and I can start to look at these numbers. So yeah, that high looks like it can be taken. I see no reason why it can't. Again, this is just looking at one exchange. Other exchanges could be telling us something very, very differently. Other exchanges could be telling us something very, very different. But there's no reason to say that like price can't come back up here. In fact, what I would say is that this presents a good opportunity for a long, because that looks more like trapped shorts to me than this does as trapped longs. So it seem like people were trying to short this, thinking that the high was in as we came to 41,600. So around 4160. Yeah, 41,600. Below there, it does seem like we did pull in some short positions. You've got imbalances there. So if we were to get a pullback, I think you'd probably find that some of these shorts close out and that could give us a bounce. So be aware of 41,600. I think that could be kind of significant. Actually, not that. 41,500 is where the shorts start to come in. 41,500, 41,400. So if we do go over here and we just look at this, that's the SFP. Okay, so people were trading this as an SFP of this. I know people would have been trading this short as an SFP. This is really good because I know for a fact there will be people trapped short under here. I guarantee it. And I know there's probably people who are part of other groups, certain things. Yeah, this would have been shorted all day long. I know this. It's so obvious. This would have been shorted. So you've got you'll have shorts trapped here. If we do come here, I would expect this region to get us a bounce. Um, that's nice to see that it's after the SFP, because yeah, we knew price was coming up here. Most other people wouldn't have been aware of that. We knew that if price moved out of this range, it was going to be impulsive. That's cool. Sorry, is my? I hope my stream's not lagging. Again, everyone. Uh, why am I getting this problem with the damn streams these days? Ah. Oh well. Cool. So yeah, this does give us. I'm going to remove the red box now. We know that that's the red box. We know that that's significant. Uh, I'm going to. We don't like this. Clearly, isn't an SFP anymore. That's just a prior high. So remove that label. This again. I'm not calling this an SFP. That is what had been traded by other people. That was from back here. Yeah, we've got an order block down here. I'm so happy that happened on this bit, and that we are seeing trap shorts there. So yeah, if we do come down, I think the way that I would look to play this at this stage would be move down into this region. 41,400 was where you have the shorts at the lows. So let's just go a little bit above there, then probably just take this back and start to form a range. At that point, that daily level becomes significant. So I'm not sure whether that would reject and we'd get more of a move down. So that would be one plan, is to do something like this. Probably actually coming down towards something around here. And you could be looking at that almost as, oh, I'm achy today. You could be looking at that as, could you come and do something like this? I mean, the level doesn't have to be exactly respected. You'd have your change of market structure. You'd come back into here. You'd short it back down. You're looking at that as like an ABCD down into here. Or, because I still do think those longs could be taken, if we were to see, again, I think we'll probably test up here as well. So if we were to see a move back down, come back and take out the highs, at that point, I think we'd be looking at this as a range forming around here. And then you'd be looking at deviations. So you'd have basically this, and you'd be able to trade the deviations of that. So being aware of all of that, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's still very early days, okay? This is, like I say, I'm in a short. I haven't yet. I hit my first take profit here. Everything below there is like, yeah, here and here, I think, is my next take profit levels. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I just know I wanted to be short, so I am short. Oh, okay. I'm making weird noises. Should we go over some alts? I think I've done enough on Bitcoin. Let's let's set an alert down here. And this is the thing, like, so I'm gonna explain this as well. Although I think this would get a bounce, this region here, this isn't something like, so for example, the long that I took earlier and the short that I've taken here, I didn't limit, and I was confident enough to do that at limit. With something like this, I definitely would not. I would want to be looking at order flow, and I'd want to know what's going on. So I'd want to know what's going on with the market if I was to look for a long trade here to play it back up again and to start to play this range, because you do have the possibility that if it does come down here and does allow these shorts of position to get out, then we're probably going to come back down, and we'll be looking at this as like a bigger blow off top, and it's going to come down significantly lower. Okay, so that would be the thing. Like, here's easy. Okay, you're at support, it's very clear, so you can take that trade very easily. Here again, we'd identified this resistance quite a long time ago, whereas this, you're left with a bit of a void below. Okay, you don't really know at this point where that support is. It's too early to to say, so I would have to look at that from an order flow I would have to look at that from an order flow perspective, and trade it accordingly. Okay, so I'm not going to say long that level, but it does look like an interesting level to get a bounce if we do come down there. Ape. Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at Ape. I'm aware that that has launched. I would like to pick some up, just because it'll be funny. So I will take a look at the Ape chart and see what's going on there. I will have a look at some other alts. I'll have a look at some of the alt trades that I'm currently in. So I am in a few different altcoin trades at the moment. And I'll have a look at, yes, we've got DOT on there. Chris, what's the target for your short? So that's not set yet. Often, like, the thing is, I'll take the trade and I kind of figure out the target and the take profit afterwards. I think that's like real traders you'll be letting the market tell you where the target is. So at the moment, the reason I've taken profit already, okay, at 41,700, is because that is all I could be confident I would get from the market. Now, if we start to change market structure, if we start to see that maybe we come down here, we bounce, we get rejected at the daily level, that will then tell me that, okay, cool, this is looking like it's rolling over onto the higher time frames now. So I can then take this as a short, and I think ultimately my target would be back down here towards around 41k. I would expect that's what I'm looking for from this, but at the moment it is far too early. So that is, trading is not like, it's very, very dynamic. It's always changing. So you can't, when you take a trade, to know your take profit levels and just to set them is a bit risky, because the market will be aware of that being a plan of a lot of people. The people who have the money, the people that want to take your money, will be aware of where your stop losses are, where your take profits are, and they'll probably try and mess with that. So yeah, you just it evolves. Every trade evolves, I think, for me. So at the moment, this hasn't evolved to a good point, but yeah, 40,900. If you want a level, if you want me to give you a level right now, 40,900 is where I would be looking for this short, eventually, to take profit on that. And this is the thing, this is clear, so we're already building some confidence there. This is our current daily open. That is going to be a daily level when the day closes. So this will end up as an untested daily level. This daily level above stops being important. Okay, we're probably through that, so it's not particularly important. This daily level I'll still keep on my chart. There's your golden pocket, and here as well. We don't have single prints on the move up, but if you are looking at fair value gaps and you like that kind of thing, then this does give you this region, okay, between your daily level and your FVG down here, which on a 30-minute time frame is going to take you down to 40,800 ish. So that ultimately would be probably what I would want to see from a short position. Now, I don't know yet if that's where I would look to long take. Again, it's a weekend, so the chances are I might not even trade it anyway. I'm just going to hold this short. But of course, if this does move, whoa, what have I done? If this does move and we do take out the highs, then this all starts to change again. So if this is based on this being the high and this being the data that we have available to us right now, if this high is no longer the high and we come up here and we hit this weekly level and we retrace it and we come up here and we hit the monthly level, I mean, first of all, I would have been stopped out on my short, so that's okay. But then the targets for the short positions change as well. So that's it. It's an evolving market. It's very dynamic and it always changes. So that's why you've got to be on top of things all the time or you will lose money. Oh my God. Um, Just us. Luke, when you take your super quick TP1, do you move your stop loss to break even or you leave it as is until it hits TP2? Depends if I'm going to be watching the charts or not. So, uh, yeah, I don't have a set answer. More often than not, I would keep my stop loss the same until it gives me a fresh invalidation. So if I've taken a trade, so for example here, this was the long. What I would often try to do is, okay, I hit my TP1 quickly on this earlier on, and I mean very quickly. So when I took the long here, I'd already taken profit here. Okay, that was my first take profit level. At this point, I had an invalidation that was around about like if you lose 40k. Okay, so I would be keeping it at that point there, being aware that the market can always do this, it can always do this, and then it can reverse on you. Okay, so I didn't want to be stop hunted. I didn't want any of that kind of stuff to go on. But then what we did is we changed market structure. We came back in and we back tested. Okay, so as soon as we get that, at that point where you've got an opportunity for maybe a new trade and you've got an opportunity to maybe compound, and even this was our current day value area low, and we came in and we back tested that. Again, I tweeted this out earlier that there's the back test. Now we're going to send it. Like again, I literally tweeted that as the back test happened, and I put it in the crew chat and everything. I said, "There's your back test. That's it. We're going up." Let me find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Luke, let's find me. Me. Where am I? Um, there we go. Ah, this is so small. Here we go. Okay. So this is where I said, look, there's the back test. Okay, so we can see the back test coming in. I can't even see what level that was. Four. Make this bigger. I can't see it. This is at 1:43 p.m. anyway. So I did post this 1:43 p.m. Just after this. So there we go. This is the one. So that was the back test. At that point, sorry guys, I'm going off on random things all the time. This was the current daily value area low. And of course, when we're looking down here, what was it? It was your local golden pocket. Okay, so that was the back test. At that point, once you bounce off of that and you change market structure, I then move my stop loss to break even. Because that would be an opportunity to get into a long, and this would now be your invalidation. So my invalidation has moved from being not really set. I don't really know my invalidation when I take that trade initially because the market's not really giving me anything. But at that point, once you get that second test, comes into your daily value area low, comes into your golden pocket, comes back in and fills in a bit of this. Simple trade. I mean, if you didn't catch this, you should definitely have caught this. And I know, again, let's go back onto the Discord. I know for a fact, when we came into this region, okay, we were looking at this and I was saying, I did post a whole video on this saying, looking for current value, here. Clear change of behavior at the low, everything you want to see on a scalp, looking for current day value area low to hold now. So that was the target there. We were up here and we were looking at current day value area low down here. What happens? Crypto M was like, woke up too late today, blah, and was talking about how he missed the trade. And then we had the back test and then he got into that trade. Okay, and where did it come into? This little marker that you see here, I know that's too small. That was current day value area low. So that was the back test. That was the opportunity to get into that trade. If you missed this, you should have got in here. There's your invalidation. And at that point, that's when I moved my stop loss up to entry. Okay. There you go. You've had a little bit of insight into the Discord. So this is what goes on in the crew chat throughout the day. And this is what I'm talking about. And we can continue all of this here. Luxury here saying so one of the coaches, Luxury Legend, saying at 2:29 p.m. open interest looking healthy on this move up. So if we do go over here and we look at what was happening at 2:29 p.m. today. So at 2:29 p.m. today, okay, we were just pulling back into this area, looking for higher prices still. Okay, and then what happened? Price continued up. So the move is still looking healthy. Yes, we can retrace, but it's still looking good overall. We can go higher. So again, group confluence, all very good stuff. And then this is where I made the mistake. So this is where I said closed here, great trade to end the week. So this was at 3:49 p.m. When we just come into this region here. So I closed out of that trade because I had to go out. I had to walk the dogs. Then yeah, closed it, still looks healthy, but it was set at 3 take profits and they all got hit. So there we go, there we go. Yeah. Altcoins. I'm gonna look at the alts because I've done so much on Bitcoin. Also just a sec, isn't order flow looking bearish with all the bearish divergences forming? Yeah, this is why I'm in a short position. So although we've had a really nice pump, I am in a short position. So yeah. But that's only currently, okay? I'm still looking for a bit lower. Like this is the plan, okay? We're going to go a little bit lower. We're going to come down here. We're going to bounce and then we'll see if we can take out this high. I think maybe a bounce up towards the daily level. Okay, so let's just see if it does hit these alerts. That's the plan. Let's get onto some altcoins. I can talk about Bitcoin all day long. I love it. I love Bitcoin. It is, yeah, I love Bitcoin. I don't know what else to say. It's just so nice. It's so nice to trade. It's so technical. It's a joy to trade. SPX is still pumping as well, by the way. So we were looking at this on the SPX. Triple bottom, swing failure pattern of the lows. Again, we caught this. I don't think many people within the community trade the SPX, but look, swing failure pattern of the lows. That was where my alert was. It didn't actually get hit. I put my alert a tiny bit lower, but it didn't get hit. But still, SFP of the lows. What has happened on the S&P 500 on the ES? And this is huge. Like this is major. You've had an 8% move up on the SPX since that. And again, this was identified and this was given as a not signal, but this looks like a good place to take a long position. And the crew, we had it there, we had it. We knew that that was what was going to happen, and it did it. It's amazing. Trading is so good. It's so good. And look at where we are now. This was again the other plan that we have. It could still play out, but I think you've now broken out of a major downtrend here. So everything starts to look kind of bullish. And I'm still talking, and I haven't got onto the altcoins. I haven't got onto the altcoins still. Aye. Gala. Nothing. Nothing to update on. Sushi. Very happy with this one. Big profit. Already hit take profit. 1 and 2 on here. So this looking at a big old accumulation schematic. Week off stuff. Okay. So it was down here that I was taking this long. So I took the long on the daily open on March the 16th. That would have been, yeah, a couple of days ago. So I took the long one off of the daily open, and we've had this really nice move off of this on sushi. And there's a lot of other things that are looking like this, so do be aware. We're at a 15% move up, so I had my take profit levels A, 1, 2, and now just letting this run. Anchored VWAP can be my friend here. This was the creek that you jump over. So this is only in an accumulation schematic like this. You are looking to jump over the creek, and then you're looking to hold above it as this continues higher. So I will not be stopped out on this unless we lose this blue line. So this can continue higher. I've hit take profit 1, I've hit take profit 2. I'm letting the rest run on this. So let's just see how far we can go. I don't actually have targets. I've gone through my targets. Sushi has hit both targets. The rest of it, moon bag. See what happens. I'm not expecting it to go much higher. Just to be aware, I don't long sushi. This trade is done already. It's just an example of another one that I had traded. Like we've hit take profit 1 and take profit 2, and this is excess. This is bonus. We're in bonus territory. We're in like home run kind of thing. VeChain. VeChain looks good. VeChain is something you could maybe look to take. Okay, because if, what did we see on sushi? Same thing. Okay, once you break through this VWAP, you come up to the high of the range. You've got your take profit 1, which is the first time you get rejected, and then you've got your take profit 2, which is the high of the range. VeChain has exactly the same thing. So, take profit 1 on this. Again, I did buy this on the daily open on March the 16th. Again, updated the crew about these are trades that I'm looking at. This is what I'm getting. And so far on VeChain, we are up 8%. Okay, so after noticing this accumulation schematic, giving it time to play out, this is the thing. There's no FOMO involved in this. I've been waiting for since the 21st of January. This has been playing out. So this is a trade idea that has been developing since the 21st of January. A very, very, very long time. And at this point this is where you start to think, okay, we're now looking at this as being that final phase of accumulation, and now we can look for the markup. So midnight 16th of January, you have the potential here for a 50% move up just to hit your next take profit or your final take profit level. Okay, so we have just jumped the creek, and you are looking at this blue line here, the creek. I always draw when I'm doing these accumulation things, I like to use the anchored VWAP as that creek. So I don't like to use like diagonal trend lines. I don't like to use moving averages. I like to use the VWAP. So we have just jumped across that. We have had a close above. Now, the other thing I would check at this point is I've got this from high, low, close divided by 3, which is standard. But to be conservative on this, take it from your high, still resistance. Okay, so if you are looking at this as being major resistance, take it from the high of your candle. That's the most conservative way that you can do that on the VWAP. And surprise, surprise, where has it been rejected? Actually, no. Where is it now holding? If you do go here, so maybe even on the most conservative of the things we're holding above, but this is showing us that we're getting rejected when you're looking at the 4 hour, which is the time frame I'm looking at. So still maybe not ready yet. What I want to see price do is to break through this with a bit of volume, hold above here, and then that, if not already in a long position, here's your invalidation. Okay, we shouldn't be coming back down to test again. You've already had the spring, you've had 1 test, you've had 2 tests, and now we've changed market structure. So this shouldn't happen again. This should be your last point of supply. Okay, last, what am I talking about? I can't remember the abbreviation. My mind's gone blank. But you should see it hold above here. There should not be a move back down below this level. In fact, there shouldn't even be a move back down below this level at this stage if we do jump across here. And then you should be looking for take profit 1 and then take profit 2 up here. So this just generally being how I would play this. It's not guaranteed to work, but we will continue to monitor that. That is VeChain. Hit the likes. I'm sharing some stuff that I normally only share with the crew. Oh my god. What else? Dot, and then we'll look at ape. I'll look at ape if we get this up to 60 likes. There's only 78 people watching this currently. Man, I really hope Bitcoin becomes more bullish so we can have more than 78 viewers on our live stream. Yeah. 60 60 likes and I will look at ape, and then I'm going to wrap it up because we've hit 45 minutes and I start to seriously lag after see what I mean? I just said we've hit didn't I just say we've hit 45 minutes? I've hit an hour. I was looking at the time, we're at 45 minutes past the hour. We've hit an hour and I start to lag. It takes up so much brain power to do these streams, especially if I'm having a couple of beers at the same time. So I am pretty much done. I can't talk for that long. It's so hard. Dot is still a bit of a not DGen play, but I mean we're looking up towards the yearly level here, $26.50, and major take profit for me will be if we take these highs. So if we do come up to $19.50 here, then yeah, for me that's a massive take profit. Okay, so taking out these highs will be take profit on this. Again, I'm long from like $16, so down here that was the trade idea, and TP1 not even been hit yet, so TP1 is up here, TP2 being above these highs, and then eventually looking for the yearly level. Yes. More beer leak. Yes. The thing is, I'm always so tired at the end of the week because I work too hard. I work too hard and I trade too much. So whereas usually beers would make me like give me a bit of energy, it just make me so tired. They're making me so tired at the moment, and they're like having no effect apart from just making me tired. So I don't know why I'm having a beer, because I'm just tired. I have dogs. They wake me up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't go to bed until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Especially when we do because we did Asia Open last night, so I was awake until like 2 a.m. working. And that's going to get worse in 2 weeks' time. So we obviously have the clocks changing, the clocks going forward, springing forward on the 28th. So then UTC becomes 1 hour forwards. So that means I have to stay up an hour later. I could just fall asleep. We're not going to get 60 likes. I'm just going to have a look at Ape. I've never looked at this chart. Let's see what it's doing. Ape. What does anyone know what the first place to list this was? I'd imagine maybe FTX. Braveheart, vodka Red Bull could be the one. I don't have any Red Bull, but maybe like, yeah. What is this Jasmine thing? Seriously. What is this Jasmine thing? Is this actually a... Oh, it is. It is actually a token. There's people are like keep telling me about this Jasmine. I have no idea what they're on about. And then who was it the other day? Who was it the other day that asked me if I was going to enter the E10 trading competition? Own up, whoever that was, or if anyone remembers who that was. Because I actually said it on stream like about 3 times and it didn't click. Because again, I think that was beyond my hour and I was really tired. So I was like, what was it? They were like, are you going to trade the E10 competition? And I was like, what's E10? And they were like, D's nuts. So I was literally there, had no idea that people were trolling me, and I was like, "What's E10 E10 D's nuts? Am I gonna enter the E10 D's nuts competition?" And I didn't remember that it didn't even click that I was saying eating these nuts. Didn't even click. God. What else? So this I got quite a lot of price action. Coinbase a little bit less. Binance a little bit less. So actually, yeah, FTX. It is FTX. It has the most information on here. What am I talking about? Okay, so this is FTX, but it's got typical like scam wick open. Um, it's kind of nice. Like, although this is brand new, a brand new token, like you've already got support and resistance. We're only looking at a 30-minute chart here because it's literally been, you don't even have daily levels or anything like that yet. But from this, I mean, for me, this is clear. If you want to take a long on this silly shitcoin, there's your area. Okay, and I would actually take that down to here. There's your area. I think we're going to take out these lows. I don't think we're looking for this yet. Um, I would say this being 1, 2, 3, consolidate ABC down, probably another wave higher before we come back and hit this. So at some point you're going to, at some point this is going to go down to like $5. So yeah, absolutely no reason why this won't go down to like $5. But there's also no reason why we can't go to like $100 or something. It's Bored Ape, isn't it? So it's gonna get loads of hype. I'd take a trade if you got to trade this. Um, I'd literally just look at this as an ABCD correction, and then you're going to continue higher. So what have you got? Your A, B, C. That's very shallow. So you're looking at shallow here as well. Um, yeah, 30-minute OB. $11. $11.50 looks good to me. I think that would be, that's the main support here. Obviously, if we do go lower, then this is clear as well. So that's a clear like support and resistance level on this because you got ascending triangle, blah blah blah, coming up. I just don't think we'll come back into this area yet. If like you do come in, if you don't bounce here and go higher, and you do then get caught below this, then you're really dumping. Um, this will become resistance quite quickly. So yeah, this is the support. That's probably where we're going afterwards. So then you can just do this as a, I mean, I'm literally going to do it. Let's just see if it works. I have absolutely no idea. This is a brand new token. We don't know what it's going to do, but we're going to go A, B, C, D up here. Now let's take it from here because there's other exchanges that have done that. So we're going to go up to this point, and then if we're going to do our expansions, let's say we come into, let's say our lows down here. Then you're looking at your fib extensions, your expansions there. Red box will be here. Oh, no, I don't want two green boxes. Here's the plan. Like, honestly, this is just pure speculation. Okay? But that. Okay? That's what I'd expect. I think we're going to, like, it's brand new. I think we can probably look to have a bit of a pump, continue that before I move down. That would be the plan. Alex Crypto, can I check Hex? I'll check Hex. I probably won't do anything on it. Isn't it? They've taken it off of all of the exchanges. That's how shit it is. Poloniex? Oh, come on. No, I can't check Hex. Come on, guys. Really? Nah. Yeah, Hex is dead. I hope. Um, Seriously though, okay. Uh, Step one, reclaim that. Step two, change market structure. Like, don't trade this stuff. But if you've got to trade it, there's your current resistance. Okay, so your resistance currently 0.12114 ish. If you reclaim that, you'll probably get rejected here. And then if you do reclaim this as well, so if you can break 0.14, 14 cent, then potentially this can be going into something. Okay, but I honestly think and hope that this is going to zero. That's yeah. Even if you get a relief rally at this point, Hex is going to go to zero. I'm almost certain of that. Hex, I'm going to say it here, Hex is going to zero. So if you've got to trade it, you've got to trade it, but Hex is going to go to zero. Sorry. Harsh truths. It's the BitConnect of the last cycle. It's such a scam. Such a scam. Eat my shorts. XRP, the case is starting to dissolve. Yes, XRP actually is one of those that looks really good. Talking so nice little transition from scam coin to scam coin. XRP. I think we're going to see a big move on XRP, and I think we're going to see a big move on XLM. These are the other two that I have been watching really closely. Again, the end of the accumulation on these, potentially. If you're looking for stuff that's probably going to pop off over the weekend, again, I'm not going to do any analysis on this because I am going to wrap it up now. Uh, just watch XRP. It's going to pump. Fairly soon. I'm kind of quite confident that XRP is going to do quite well over the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens. This is the first time I think I've said that I'm confident XRP is going to do well for. I mean, I literally can't remember the last time I said anything like that. That's ridiculous. Like, why would I say XRP is going to do well? But honestly, I think it's going to do quite well. But yeah, then you can do it as this. So this is the idea we came up with last week, wasn't it? You break through, you come up to this trend line. So we can be looking up towards like 90 cents, a little bit higher than that, 90 to 95 cents, and then probably and possibly dump again. Yeah. But yeah, XRP is definitely latter stages of accumulation for me, at least for a little bit of a markup, sign of strength, or a rally from this. Alex Crypto, I'm not going to comment on the hex stuff. I've been in crypto long enough to know that Richard, whatever is it, Richard Hart, whatever his name is, he's pure scammer. Like, he'll be making so much money from this. It's going to go to zero. Waves has been a good trade. Yeah, Waves has been good as well. Um, I wanted to take a short on that the other day. Again, I haven't looked at it since then. Probably a good idea that I didn't take a short. I'm looking for shorts on Waves, but again, I would like to see it come ideally back up towards here or here. Waves is another one. It's like it's such an old token. I can't see this doing anything significant. I think if you take out the highs, if you take out the all-time high on Waves, short it because it's so old. It's not going to be doing anything anymore. Um, but we'll see. I'm being a bit too opinionated on altcoins that I don't know much about fundamentally anymore. So on that note, I am going to wrap things up. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Again, anyone who is new to seeing these streams, please do check out tauruscrypto.com. Okay, if you would like to learn more information about the crew membership, please do go and check out tauruscrypto.com. Where you can see our website here. I'm going to be doing a bit more work on the website. We're going to make it look a little bit nicer. So do go and check that out, though, for now. You can find our free Discord community. You can also learn more about the crew. If you click on the little crew section up here, you can find out more about the crew. You can also click join the crew over here. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Alex Crypto, I've seen your last comment. Look, I don't know much about it. I've known about the guy since 2017, and this isn't the first project he's done. So look, I don't know. Maybe they're genuine. I just